Thank you so much, Ben. It is really an honor to be here with you. And I'm just looking around on the screen, how wonderful it is to see our wonderful and outstanding faculty, our staff, our incredible students, and some of the family members that I see on the screen. So welcome to all of you. This day is about all of our graduates and their families who all made great sacrifices for this day. And I know many of you were really, truly hoping, and I also, that we would be doing this in person. But I am really happy that I will get to see you tomorrow on the stage. So when you come on the stage, I always want to say, pause. I see like students like run through it. Take a moment and pause for a second and really just savor that moment. It goes by so quickly, but it's a moment that you worked really hard for, and you truly deserve that moment of recognition, and for your families to see you walk on that stage. So even though the School of Social Work was not able to provide this, I am truly happy that the university was able to have the ceremony in person tomorrow, and I am really excited to see you all. Every graduation is special, but this one is particularly special. Class of 2021, you not only survived your program of study, you survived a global pandemic. And for that, you should be congratulated. I think with all the uncertainties that the pandemic brought, it made one thing really certain. Social workers are essential. You're essential. The world needs you more than ever, and the work that you do. I do hope that you recognize that even though this year was a very tough year, that it has only made you more compassionate and more committed to fight the many inequities and injustices that we as social workers for many years have been talking about and you have heard in your classrooms. I think this pandemic made a lot of those inequities truly tangible, as people wondered why a virus could have such a differential impact on various populations. So many of the things that we theoretically spoke in the classrooms became real. And the need for social workers to fight these inequities has become more apparent than ever. As I was thinking about my remarks for today, I looked back at the remarks I made in December when we had our virtual ceremony. And I can honestly say it seemed so grim. And as I looked at the speech, I thought, I feel hopeful. I feel different now. I feel like we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. In December, we were still in the middle of this pandemic with a lot of uncertainties. We weren't sure how it was all going to come out, what else we were going to lose. Today, I don't want to focus on the losses, although I want to recognize them. We all suffered great losses, from loss of human lives to loss of human connection. But today, I think, is a hopeful day. I think we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think we can see that we are emerging out of this. Again, more compassionate, more committed to make a difference. I mean, how often do you have a 14-year-old teenager be excited about getting a shot? My daughter is can't wait to get her shot because she's ready to go back to life as it used to be. And I think we are headed in that direction. But in honor of our wonderful colleague, Dr. Eric Albers, who is facing his retirement, even though we tried very hard to keep him around longer, I did not prepare a speech. And I normally like to prepare a speech. But today, I really realized you've heard everything about the importance of social work and of great work and leadership and things that I normally talk about. But I really wanted to put the focus, and I'm going to wing it, Eric, because I've seen you do it beautifully. I really want to put the focus on you. This is about you. Today is about you, and it's about your families. And in having been here now for 3 years, I know many of you. I look through the screen and I recognize you. And I can truly say I have been honored to get to know you. You have done some incredible work. In fact, you should be really proud in this graduation because I believe you built this school. Many of you, heard the call for come and meet with me. Let's help make this school a better place. And you responded. And I cannot say how much I appreciate that connection. I'm looking around the screen and I'm seeing some of you, and I'm going to call a few of you. For example, Miranda, you responded to murder of George Floyd and started the amazing Speak Up event, which really gave us all a place to feel safe and comfortable and talk about what it felt like to see the images we witnessed on TV. USSWA, you handed out over 250 lunches to people within the community. Fused continues to work tirelessly and advocate for various marginalized populations. You handed out over 400 burritos and meals to the needy. Natalie, you helped start the Student Advisory Committee. You made such a difference, made all the way to speaking even to the president to advocate for a better school. Jaylene, you helped with the mentorship program, trying to assure that the students will have a better system of having the kind of support and mentorship that they need. Jessica, you're volunteering with Delivering with Dignity, providing help at a time of COVID when there was a great need. All of you have made significant differences. Yesenia, you've helped every aspect of things within the school. If you needed help, you've stepped up and helped out. These are just a few examples of the tremendous group this class of 2021 has been. And again, I couldn't be more proud. I couldn't be more honored to have served as your dean. I want to end with putting the focus now on your families. For those of you who are fortunate to have your families around you, look around. For those of you whose families are not able to be with you, we know there's no other place they would have rather be right now. And I'm sure that they're with you. So take a moment, again, I go back to what I started, savor this moment. Let your family savor it. You deserve it. I truly believe in you. I believe in your generation because I believe you have the commitment and you have the moral courage to lead us to a better tomorrow. Congratulations, class of 2021. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dean Martin. You helped me by introducing Dr. Albers, and so now I'd like to hand it over to him for a few words as he supposedly ends his career, concludes his career, but we'll see it once it actually happens. I don't know.
You're a comedian as well, aren't you, Ben?
I get it from Jose. He's my teacher.
Dean Martin, you did real well on there. Excellent. Well done. Yeah.
I'm going to do this more often now, Eric.
I always go by the seat of my pants, and I'm sitting on a chair right now, and I'm on the seat of my pants right now, trying to figure out, okay, how do I go from here? Here, one thing I do know, there's a little despair in my body right now because of the COVID, and I'm a person who loves to get out and meet people, and unfortunately, because of the COVID, I miss more than anything having had contact with you guys individually to get to know you and for you to get to know me. But it is what it is, and sometimes we just have to go with the flow and try to make the best of it. And one thing I know from each and every one of you, you guys persevered. You put in the time, you put in the energy, and here you are. So I want to give you a wonderful high congratulatory clap here because it's not easy, and what you did was amazing and is amazing. But I think I'm going to go on a little different route here. You and I, each one of you, as well as myself, share something in common, I believe. Now you look at me and said, okay, what can I share in common with this elderly man with losing hair and everything else? But we do share something in common. And we're each of us are on a journey. And the journey for you, for many of you right now, is this graduation time, whether you're graduating from a BSW program, MSW, on ground or online. This is a period of your life where you're transitioning from a journey of one path and going into another. I too am on a journey and have been on a journey for quite a few years. And my journey is I'm completing this wonderful experience in my career as a social worker. I couldn't have asked for anything more exciting, more invigorating. I've done many different things as a social worker. And to end my career in the School of Social Work itself as an academic has been the highlight of it all, I must tell you. But you know, I've been with school about 32 years, or a little over 32 years. And in the early part of my career, I did a lot of work with the med school. And I befriended a psychiatrist who was working in the field of homelessness and like that. And he wrote a paper that stuck with me to this day. And the paper was The Wounded Healer. And he says each of us have some wounds that we carry within us. And if we can understand and get in touch with our own woundedness, we will become great healers. And basically, from a social work perspective, the greater awareness of self we have, the greater we're going to be able to help others. Now, whether you go into micro level practice, meso level practice, macro, we have macro level systems that are, somewhat needing a lot of healing. We can just see that by just looking around our communities and the world itself. We have organizations that, because of just being stressed out with funding and everything else, and then at the micro level. And I think it is through your woundedness and the more in touch you are with yourself, I think you're going to be the better healer at whatever level of practice you have, and have that ability to feel like you're making a huge difference in the world that we live in. Here's the difficult thing as I see it right now. The social work profession, as well as the other health professions, we're under a lot of stress in the work that we're doing. A lot of tense, it's high caseload sometimes. Just the issues of trying to deal with assisting individuals or organizations or just the society in general. It's very stressful, potentially stressful. And one of the things I think, if I could give you what I think could be a way to deal with this high stress and anxiety, is maybe if you can imagine a pie. Right now, you guys are probably very excited in your graduation. You've got a lot of energies. You're ready to go. You're just excited with everything. But here's the thing: there's a trap, I believe. As you go, let's say for those of you going on with let's say from a master's and going seeking out work, there's two things that mostly we look at or have a tendency to look at. One is what work we're going to do, a title, and then the salary. And what I have discovered is that those two things are split in half oftentimes, that can lead us down, I think, a place that can oftentimes lead out to a lot of burnout and dead ends. So I want to share with you what I think a better pie might look like in order to work through your life as a social worker. So you got to split that half down in smaller pieces. And the first thing I think each of you and all of us need is to be aware of our physical well-being. Meaning it takes a lot of energy out of us to do the work of social work. And if we are rejuvenating ourselves and taking care of ourselves physically, whether it's eating, working out, just any kinds of activities that allow our bodies to really activate itself, very important. And sometimes I think we give into that and don't attend to it as often as we should. But it's a very big part of our lives that has to be taken care of. So that's a portion. Another portion would be emotional well-being. Because of the stress that I mentioned, sometimes we start taking it out on ourselves, and lack of sleep, lack of appetite. Sometimes we can't get out of our heads. We're just all over the place. And what happens with the emotional part, if we're not really rejuvenating that part, it actually impacts the physical. And then what we see is an array of difficult things going on within ourselves. So we have to have emotional care as well. What that means to me, especially in the work that we do, is that oftentimes we just got to leave our work at work, or leave school at school if you continue on, and you have that time carved out where you're really doing other things than putting your head totally into the work environment. That's a trap, I think. And actually, I think in the end, it leads us to be less productive. Another thing is I think we got to carve out time for family and friends during the day, work day. Keep that portion there. Never give up your, and this is what Dean Martin was talking about, family. Attend family. Don't give up your friends. Spend time with friends. Make sure you spend time with friends. Another portion is, and I get a little chills here, save time for yourself. Give time when you're just by yourself and where you can just be with yourself and just enjoy that time alone. Oftentimes we don't celebrate that part. And then maybe the fifth part of the pie would be, you got to find fun in life. Humor, do things that are fun, mix it up, be silly, be weird, be a nerd. Find that part of you that just can be anything you want to be, and go with it. I'm a firm believer that this is what's going to make you the best social worker. I can be honest with you. I've had 2 kids growing up, and I've done a lot of travel. And fortunately, in my career with the university, I've had the opportunity to do a lot of international travel, Micronesia, working with native first generations in Alaska, a lot of native tribal groups in the Northwest. I've gone to Mexico every year to the same place for the last 16 years, a small little village on the coast of Mexico. But what it is, during this whole time, I never missed a soccer game in my family. Never. I always made sure, any travel I had, any work I had, I always made sure my kids, I was there to watch them play soccer. And actually, they're in the 30s and 40s now, and they're still playing soccer, and I'm still going out there and watching them. So I hope this makes some kind of sense. I just wish I had time. Wish I had time to just be with you, where we can just chat. I got a lot of stories. I believe in, when I went to Micronesia, I had a lot. They showed me the power of story, and stories, to me, are the essence of who we are, honestly, as people, and sharing ourselves with each other. And if I were to leave one thing left, there's many things I am leaving, is that I'm hoping our paths cross sometime or another. I always open up students, and I'm going to do this in retirement. If you give me a call, we'll go out and have coffee at the Starbucks. I just love sitting down and chatting. And bottom line is, go out and have some fun this weekend. Party up, have fun, let it go. Let yourself just be and enjoy the whole thing. Now, I can't help but look, but Jose Parra right now, an instructor, he was a student of mine, and now he's a faculty member, and he's probably, you're laughing big times there, Jose, and I got a feeling what you're thinking. But let me tell you, if you ever have an opportunity to have Jose as an instructor, you're going to be darn right lucky, because he's just one heck of a guy, and he'll tell you what it's like. And so I guess I've gone over my 5 minutes, actually. So I thank you for listening to me, and go out and do it. Just do it.
Thank you, Dr. Albers. Those beautiful words. And you actually only went to 7 minutes, so you did great. Thank you. Before we move forward, I'd like to hand it back to Dean Martin just for a quick word.
Thank you so much, Ben. Eric, that was wonderful. But I noticed the problem with winging it is that you may forget really important stuff sometimes. So I just realized that as I was naming students, I had left one for the last. And I want to just take a moment and acknowledge Ida. Ever since she contacted me and shared her story, I was truly moved. And she meant to inspire her young son in the memory of her beloved son through her education. And in the process, I think she inspired many of us, myself included. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. And for those of you who haven't seen, Ida's story was in Nevada today, yesterday. And if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to read it. So Ida, congratulations and thank you for the inspiration. And I look for you at the stage tomorrow.
Thank you, Dean Martin. Okay, moving forward is now Valerie Luvano's turn, who is our field education program coordinator, who I think the whole department would crumble without.
Oh, thank you. I feel like I've been on this journey with all of you, and I appreciate you sharing it with me. I just wanted to say a few words to congratulate you. This is my favorite time of the year. When you start with me, you're nervous and anxious and all kinds of things, and just sometimes kind of a mess, right? And it's nice and rewarding and amazing to see all of you develop as social workers throughout the time that you're in the program and specifically in field. And I just feel really privileged to be part of that journey with you and really excited because this is the day that I get to call you my colleagues now. So, and also to warn you that in 2 years, you can run, but you can't hide. I will find you and solicit you to become field instructors. So don't forget about me. And if you try, I'll still find you anyway. So be prepared, but congratulations to all of you. I feel a little bit too, as an old crusty social worker, that I should give you some advice. You know, it's expected. This is what we do, right? And so the thing I would say is that in this period of, it's such a strange sort of dynamic, this pandemic that we've experienced, right? In some ways it's torn us apart. And in some ways it's really brought us together through this sort of shared trauma. And I do mean that in the very literal, most literal of sense. So stay together. That's my advice. Not just because it's sort of the right thing to do to support one another and that you'll need each other as you start your practice as social workers, but also because you have now a responsibility to be social capital for your clients, right? To connect your clients to people that you know, to help them get the supports and the services that they need. So you'll depend on your classmates. Even though it's 20 some years ago now, I still connect with my classmates that I graduated with in my MSW program. And by the way, Eric was one of my professors too. So he's older than Jose, he's older than me. Although I think I am losing my hair at the same rate he is. So anyhow, not to make light of the ceremony, you are all just amazing. I have felt very lucky. We've received, I don't know how many compliments about the quality of the students that we have in our program. And it makes me feel really proud about the social workers that you all are going to go out into the community to become. So with that, I'll say a final congratulations, and then I'll say go change the world.
Thank you so much, Valerie. Okay, next on our agenda for the evening is Professor Rachel Huff, and who's also been the interim coordinator of the MSW program.
Thanks, Ben. I just wanted to take a moment to kind of echo what everyone has said. Congratulations for not only the work you've done through your education, but for getting through this really difficult year, this difficult time, and completing your degree at the same time. You've shown such resilience and grace and grit getting through this program. And that's something that you'll carry forward as skills that you'll want to teach the people that you're working with, is how to be resilient and how to really have that grit to survive and thrive even in hard times. So you've all had the opportunity to do that at a level you never expected, and hopefully at a level we'll never have to experience again. So I'm just so proud to see so many faces that I recognize and names that I recognize. And I'm honored to now stand alongside you as a social work colleague, and just so happy for all of you. I hope you have a great weekend celebrating. And I just will give a shout out to Dr. Albers. I will miss you when you go, but congratulations to all of you, and go change the world.
Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate it very much. Onward now is Professor Amanda Cuevas.
Hola, everybody. Buenas noches y bienvenidos. Congratulations. Not only have you guys completed your degree, but you guys also survived through a global pandemic and persevered through Zoom classes, which we all know were not super easy. So I really appreciate you guys learning how to do that with us. I really want to take a moment and thank your guys' families, your friends, and your social systems that supported you through this, because we know none of us do this alone. I'm really proud of each of you guys, and I'm super excited to welcome you guys to the world of social work and look at you guys as colleagues moving forward. To kind of echo what Valerie was saying and Eric Albers, my advice for you guys is advocate for yourselves. We advocate for everybody else in our lives. We advocate for our clients. We advocate for we're working. We advocate for our professions. We often forget to advocate for ourselves, and you guys are just as important. So congratulations. Go enjoy this amazing weekend. Pat yourself on the back, and welcome to the next chapter of social work.
Thank you, Amanda, so much. Next is Olga Martinez, our program advisor, and the very first person I met when investigating the program, and I'm so glad she's here to speak tonight.
Sorry, I think I got muted. Happens to me all the time. Thank you, Ben, for your introduction, and thank you, everybody. So happy to be here with you and share the excitement of this moment of your graduation. Dear social worker graduates, dear colleagues that we may righteously call you right now. So congratulations on your well-deserved achievements. And again, thank you for allowing us to share this moment with you. We're very proud of you. We've been through a very time of almost a year and a half. Pandemic touched all of us one way or another, but we're making it through. We've made through a lot, and we're still making it and becoming even stronger and more resilient than ever. This time has taught us a lot, taught how to be more compassionate, patient, creative, resourceful, empathetic, how to get our job done in sometimes a very challenging, hard situation. And social work values were guiding us. And now you're ready to make changes and difference in someone else's life, make it better. I'm wishing you the best in this new chapter of your life. Don't forget your roots, stay connected, come visit us and tell us about your success, about your achievements, about your plans, about your blue days. As always, we're always here for you. And congratulations, a very special class of 2020 and 2021.
Thank you so much, Olga. Our last speaker for the evening before we move on to calling of names is Marcus, I believe it's Bethea, if I'm saying that correctly. I've not had the pleasure of meeting him, but he's a huge component of our online program. And I know with as many online students we have tonight, hopefully you know him and recognize him. He's the, I think, head student support coach for all of you. And so I will pass it to him now.
Good evening, everyone. Such a pleasure and honor to be here with you on tonight. I am so proud of how far each of you have come. Just overcoming the challenges of balancing life, work, school, family, and as we've mentioned before, COVID-19. So for some of you, I know the road may have been hard and long. For others of you, you might have had smooth sailing from start to finish. But no matter what you experienced, you've made it to this point in time where we honor you for your commitment. We honor you for your commitment to your dreams. We honor you for your commitment to your families, your friends, your peers. On tonight, we also honor you for your commitment to your profession. The Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu said, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins by taking the first step." Several semesters ago, you were brave enough to take that first step by enrolling in a program. No matter how daunting your next journey or how challenging the road ahead may be for you, I encourage you, remember, be brave again. Take that first step, then the next, until once again you sit in a place of honor for completing your journey and accomplishing your goals. It's been an honor to stand beside many of you and help you along the way. And I say congratulations to you all.
Thank you very much, Marcus. And thank you, Rachel and Tracy Pope, for connecting us and making sure that our online staff are here as well with us tonight. Okay, so we've made it through. Looks like everyone is awake and alive and happy and proud. I'm excited for this next part. I will share my screen in just a moment for the calling of names, which will be led by Dr. Jennifer McClendon, as well as Valerie Ravano from earlier. And again, I will give, they will alternate reading the names. They have your pronunciations that you've sent in. I'll give a few seconds. Again, if you'd like to just wave or say hi, turn your camera on, whatever you'd like, and then we'll keep moving forward. We were right on schedule, which is fantastic. And after that, we'll just have a few brief closing remarks, and then that should be all. Thank you. Okay. Give me a thumbs up, Roxy, Rachel, Olga, if you can see it. Amanda. Good. Okay. Hold on. Let me adjust my camera so I can see the people I need to see. And I actually can't. Okay, that should be good. I can see Jen and Valerie, and that's what matters. Okay, and now we'll begin.
Just a quick note to start. If we were in person, we would be hooding and pinning our graduates, and we can't do that over Zoom. But as we call your name, please know that we are officially welcoming you to the profession as our colleagues. Sequila, Kiki, and Kurtak.
Bridget A. Shaolu.
Yesenia Betancourt Oliveira.
Lindsay Bondique.
Anna Lorena Ribieska.
Lori Capoto.
Joseph Cutler.
Taylor Ann Dixon.
Woo! Woo! Heather Inger. Woo!
Megan Leigh Einsel.
Ja.
Lisa Garcia Medina.
Natalie Godero.
I will quickly apologize. I'm not sure why there's inconsistent issues with some of the photos, and hopefully it is a minority of them. We'll resume now.
Bailey Joe Griffin.
Aida Guerrero.
Heidi Ann Hansen.
Woohoo!
Jennifer Shao.
Mary E. Hernandez.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Nina Marie Hernandez.
Ashlyn Morgan Huntington.
Taylor Keener.
Amelia Marie Landry.
Roxana Lanusa Alfaro.
Thank you.
Margarita Magallanes Perez.
Elizabeth De La Puente.
Woo! Kathy Martin.
Woo!
Tammy Mason.
Molly McGregor.
Emily Moreno.
Thank you.
John Morrow.
Thanks, everybody.
Laura Navarro de Sanchez.
Thank you.
Audrey Lorraine Snow.
Amy Neese.
Cheryl Michelle Palmer.
Katie Noel Pasquale.
Miranda Lynn Richardson.
Thank you.
Gabriela Rios.
Yay!
Alexis Victoria Rodriguez.
Woo!
Maria Yasmin Rodriguez Elenis.
Woo!
Shadana Steen.
Woo! So much.
Jessica Taylor.
Faven Tedros.
Kendra Thomas.
Jaylene Tiscareno.
Brooke Tosley.
Go Brooke.
Carol Vallejo.
Terene Trista Kathleen Warner.
Lauren Nicole Wilson.
Congratulations, everyone.
Our last two remaining slides are for all BSW and MSW, including online MSW graduates. So I'll just give a brief moment just to pause and highlight them as well, even if they were unable to join us. Hopefully you'll see them tomorrow. Thank you, Dr. McClendon and Valerie, so much for helping and doing this. That was wonderful. So we're about to wrap up, and I'll give a few remarks. Oops, hold on. Apologies. And that is it. Okay, again, there's nothing, or excuse me, I can't try to say anything better than what's already been said by all of our fantastic, wonderful faculty and staff, but congratulations. I admire and appreciate all of you so much, and I'm proud of your accomplishment, especially this last year. Thank you for attending tonight and being here together. I think being in a Zoom meeting with 70 people is a huge feat, and I loved hearing just the families and shouts and just all the pride and joy. All of you deserve it. Again, thank you for being here. Closing remarks. This event would not have been possible without the guidance and advice of Rachel Huff and Amanda Cuevas, ongoing support from Dean Martin, the SWAG, the club that put this on, but especially Emily Moreno, Miranda Richardson, and Victoria Choi. None of this would have been, I don't know, as beautiful or as effortless as it was. So thank all of you. And I think one of my last mentions is that we received at the social work office, I believe the Redfield campus, is that right, Dr. Dean Martin? At the Redfield campus?
No, actually it is at Ansari.
Ansari, okay. So Ansari Business, the AB building on main campus of UNR, in the social work department received graduation pins. So if you would like those to keep forever and celebrate, your accomplishment, your degree, your memories, your peers, your cohort, and so on, go and pick that up. I encourage you. And then if you can't, because obviously some of you may not be here, be on the lookout for how mailing might work. We'll figure that out. Again, this event was recorded, so that will be posted and shared in some capacity. I also make sure that when we send out messaging links to the PowerPoint itself, if you'd like to share it, especially I think the 2 or 3 students whose photos were not able to make it. I think that is all I have. Thank you again so much. Have a beautiful evening. I'm going to keep the meeting open for, I don't know, as long as it takes. You're welcome to hang out. It can be a pretend reception, a mixer or something. So yeah, thank you again.
Thank you, Ben. Well done. Congratulations, everyone.
Yay, good job.
Yay!
You did it. You did it. You did it.
Did you know that MSW was the popular degree this year at the graduation? It was the most popular degree obtained was our master's in social work. So we had, yeah, and they will show it on the screen tomorrow at the graduation, so you will see, which is wonderful. Yes, much to be proud.
Soon there will be 100 for every, I don't know, 1,000.
But do, if you can, stop by Ansari, pick up the pins. They look lovely. They do have the mask. It does say class of 2020, 2021. And I want to thank the CAB again for their contributions to that. They're very proud of all of you. And I think some of them may have been present this evening. And so I think if you get a chance to pick it up, great. If not, call Brenda Wen at the office and give her your address and she will mail it to you. Thanks, Ben, for organizing. I'm going to see you all tomorrow. Pause on the stage. Don't rush it.
Thank you, Dean Martin. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
I'll be here. Just hanging. Well, unmute yourself, Jose. Come on.